Dear Chairman, Your Excellency, it is an honor to speak in your embassy tonight and to defend politics. Timekeeper, thanks you for putting music to the service of politics. Committed members of the jury, members of the government, let me broaden your views on the subject. My dear family, great place, lovely food. Outstanding audience, thank you for your presence today. First, I'd like to address several points that first to PM made, Alice. You tried very hard to relate to the motion. You talked about Victor Pinchuk, but just through a name. He was actually a businessman, did you know that? And he was the one to become rich through the industry of metal. Marcus, not so ecological, right? Furthermore, he was also the one to create a think tank, inviting political change into the Ukrainian society by inviting political guests like Tony Blair. Right. Because he wanted things to change fast. Actually, fast is a word. To the speaker, I will only say that I will only say what has art done in 5 years. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, and most importantly, Lily, now follow your uncle for a 6-minute proof of why art is more of a method that reflects society than a crowbar to break open the doors of change. First of all, art stems from the artist's perception of reality. So it tends to represent what is going on rather than cause things to change. Secondly, a work of art generates an infinity of diverse interpretations. A single drive to reform society. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Where does art come from, Lily? The starting point of art, you see, is the exceptional sensitivity of a person to a certain phenomenon. Later, please. Anything from a landscape to a person, to a social situation, or even an idea. If this person is an artist, they will find a way to share their strong response by creating a form that will pass on their emotions to the public. Yes, please.
How do you explain how some regimes condemn art?
Some regimes condemn art because, but actually that's a great proof that politics is very much stronger than art. Later, please. Actually, that's what you call a work of art. Like a painting, a symphony, or a poem.
Point of information.
Yes, please.
You just said that this was a proof that politics is stronger than art, but isn't the motion about that it is faster?
I've seen actually North Korea do a lot of things in several days, but North Korean art, not so much. Very often, ladies and gentlemen, art is not about changing reality, but rather about celebrating it. Like the beauty of a landscape by Caspar David Friedrich, or the mysterious smile of the Mona Lisa. Even when society is directly concerned, art is not always about change. The Château de Versailles is art, but it was never intended to threaten the monarchy. Far from it, actually. Later, please. More often than not, artists are in the service and employment of the ruling class. They celebrate the status quo. There was even a philosopher, an Italian philosopher actually, Gramsci, who built a theory around this. Cultural hegemony called it. Right? In a nutshell, it says in order to stay in power, the rulers use art to impose their values on a majority. Art is not always a factor of change, don't count on it. Now let's look at the issue from the point of view of the person who is looking, or listening, or reading. You or me, or these fine young people. You see, Lily, art is by essence open to individual interpretation. We are all different, and we will react differently to the same work of art. Some will love it, some will have tears in their eyes, some will just walk away, which is great. That's what it is. Yes, please.
Will you not accept that politics is also about individual perception?
No, it's about a collective joining and actually making decisions together. That's what democracy is. Please don't say the contrary. That's where abstract art, for example, finds its richness in diversity. When people look at a Kandinsky, they like to think they see one or two silhouettes, a face, a cystic maybe, while I just see posing patterns of color, but perception, right? After Dali painted his famous Persistence of Memory, more commonly known as the melting clocks, it was immediately praised as a genius for depicting time as something flowing, ingraspable. Some went as far as to claim he had reached an Einstein-like level of understanding of the theory of relativity. But what's more, ladies and gentlemen, is when he was asked about this during an interview, Salvador Dali simply replied, "I was inspired by the sight of Camembert melting under the sun." Born in the USA was misinterpreted as a patriotic song, whereas Bruce Springsteen had wanted to protest the war in Vietnam. Interpretation, ladies and gentlemen, is key in the case of art, whereas laws, for example, are specifically written by politicians to be explicit and to avoid loopholes. Listen, if you really want to change society fast, art is not the right tool, because one, it tends to defend the status quo, and two, it cannot deliver a clear, focused message. Look much better but look the way of politics, which is still alive and kicking. Actually, your big sister will show you how very soon. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing jury, don't misguide my sweet niece. Please reject this motion.